Hello, Barendipitous here with another video for the Board Game Shelf. Yep, a pretty big one, pretty hefty one here. Sleeping Gods. So this was this is a purchase that my wife and I made pretty recently, within like about a month ago, as of this recording. Um, Kind of a little bit on a whim. I heard it on some of my favorite like board game reviewers on YouTube raved about it, and it was another, it was a campaign game, and like you're on a ship and everything, and my wife and I like, seafaring, like legacy games and stuff, and so we wanted to check this out. And yeah, gonna try to avoid spoilers basically, but I think, yeah. This doesn't show our previous campaign stuff, does it? No, it doesn't. Cool. All right. So yeah, like I said, it's not necessarily a legacy game. It is a campaign game, but it's not a legacy game because you don't like, um, it's very replayable. Essentially, you have this scoring sheet, and there's a map on the back of it. You can take notes on and stuff. And essentially, the story is that you and the other players, you can play by yourself, or you can have up to four people playing in total. You are all basically uh, playing as the crew of a ship called the Manticore, and you guys are lost. You have been basically brought to a strange land. This is the starting map right here. And you want to try to get home. And the way you want to get home is by by waking the sleeping gods, and finding totems that are related to these sleeping gods. And yeah, you go around, and there's like lots of other sort of campaign games. There's numbers on here, and when you reach a number you want to explore there, you read from this thick book right here. You turn to that number in this book, and it tells you what to do next, essentially. There's also there's like ship actions, and there's event cards and things like that. And one thing I really like is there's this little box with a magnetic lid, and this is where all the various like items and quests are and everything. You can keep track of that in there. It's a place to put like your used quests and everything. These are all the different characters that you have. You split control of these among all the players. So you're going to have all of this. This is the whole crew right here. We have the captain here, and we have this whole crew. You can basically give the crew, you can level up the crew, give them abilities, make them stronger, and stuff like that. And man, yeah, lots of various systems going on, and it's really cool. Also, combat. So let me just show you the first two. When you have combat, it tells you certain cards to draw. So if it tells you to draw 1 and 2, you put the cards next to each other like this, and you're basically trying to the damage you deal. The damage you deal is going to cover squares here, and you're trying to place them. You can't place them diagonally unless something allows you to. So you're trying to cover, when you cover all the hearts of a creature, they're eliminated. And so these are very like early game, like beginner monsters you have to fight. And they also deal damage, and they deal more damage unless you cover up these parts here. So it's very much this puzzle. It's a really cool puzzle-y sort of like combat system that is really, really neat. And the cards are next to each other because it is possible to do sort of like splash damage. So if you did 3 damage, so if they were organized like this, for example, you could do 3 damage, 1, 2, 3, and like have it sort of like spill over here as well. Really, really cool stuff. Very, very innovative. I love it. What else can I say? A lot of abilities that you can do are according to command tokens, which are these blue things here. These gray tokens are your action points for like combat, essentially. And yeah, essentially a turn, like when it's your turn, you do a ship action. You choose a place on the ship, and you get tokens and resources, and then you draw an event card, which is, sometimes good things happen, but more often than not, bad things happen, or obstacles. You have to face obstacles, and then you can do 2 of these things. You can either travel, or you can explore, explore one of the number locations. If there's a market nearby, you can buy new items, or if there's a port nearby, you can like heal recuperate and things like that. But yeah, my wife and I completed one campaign so far, and it was really good. I was very impressed by just everything about it. The story was very engaging. We felt it didn't feel too tough, and there was a fail forward kind of thing where even if you fail, like even if you fail like skill checks or tests or whatever, you still get like you can still progress the story forward, but you'll just probably take some additional damage or something like that, right? Or maybe the story will move forward in a different way because you failed. It depends. But yeah, this is I know there are lots of other campaign games out there, and from what I can tell, this is probably one of the best examples of like a really like fun game that never feels like it's too. It always feels like it's moving forward at a very good pace. And after you finish a campaign, you want to do another. At least my wife and I wanted to do another one. You can do one campaign after another where like in one the map was quite big. There were probably like over a dozen like squares on the map, dozen spreads, no, page spreads or whatever. We really only thoroughly explored like two or three of them. Well, like we barely explored any part of the lands of this thing. Like we barely scratched the surface. So, by the time the game ends, and there is actually a sort of like time limit. It's really just you're gonna have like 18 event cards. And when those are spent, then something happens. And you have 18 more event cards. And when those are spent, something happens. And then you have 18 more cards after that. When those are spent, the game ends. And you figure out what your ending was by reading the prompts, basically. And so you have like 3 sets of 18 event cards. And one event card is drawn per turn, basically. So there's 3, 18 times 3, however much that is. 30 plus 24, 54, like 54, 55, whatever, 55-ish turns, because you actually, something happens, not when you draw the 18th one, but like when you don't have any more, so like 19, so it's actually 19 times 3, whatever, 50, whatever it is, 50, like you have 57 turns to do things, and that is not enough time to do everything. And as you do things, as you like unlock achievements, you permanently unlock cards that change your campaign in the future. So this really is like a long extended like roguelike in a sense. If you think of like a short like RPG adventure game or whatever, but then when that's over, you can play again with some new mechanics and things. Not like New Game Plus, but like maybe like a 5-hour video game or something. A 5 to 10 hour video game, like story mode. And then when you're done with that, then you can go through it again with some really interesting new mechanics and try to progress this, try to get a higher score next time to unlock more things for your next run and so forth. That's what Sleeping Gods does, and it's really, really cool. I am aware there's basically a standalone sequel to this called Sleeping Gods. There's like a Sky version or whatever, where you're on an airplane. My wife and I are not that interested in that because we like sailing in a ship more than flying around in an airplane as far as like, stories go or whatever. And yeah, we really love this. Over the course of like 3 or 4 weeks, we completed a campaign. It was like, campaigns are usually like 20 hours long total or whatever, of game time, which is not that long for a legacy game, honestly. So yeah, this is just, I'm impressed. This is one of my favorite campaign games ever, and it's incredibly replayable. Really, really good. I hope to see more campaign and legacy games like this. So yeah, that's Sleeping Gods. Very happy with it, and I look forward to the next time we play it. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, all the best.